welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song as we are 4 days away from our 365th day of singing together. Can we all please just give a big, I'm so excited to hear from all of you guys. How many days or months you've been coming. We're gonna have everybody put that in the chat on the 5th when we're celebrating. So it's so great to see all these familiar, amazing, lovely, beautiful faces and smiles, from teeny weeny tiny Idas all the way up to all of us grannies that are here in the room. I am super excited for this community's existence and for all of the ways in which we have pulled together to be the Daily Antidote of Song. Congratulations to everybody here. So we're pretty amazing, aren't we? Let's give ourselves a big, huge woohoo. All right. So welcome to everybody out there on Facebook Live. Welcome to all the folks in this room. I want to say thank you to Aaron for running the tech, and hello to Happy Traum, who's going to be singing with us today. Hello to Kathy in Virginia and Dennis in Vancouver. Hello to Ida in Massachusetts and Susan in Seattle, Carolyn in Idaho, Bonnie in Idaho, and Nat in California, Sue in California. This is funny. Let's see if I can do that again. And Annie in Victoria and Sarah in Victoria. No, sorry, Sarah in Texas. You blew it. And Janet in Georgia and Harriet in Georgia. No kidding. I didn't make that one up. Becky in Vancouver and Sheila in Florida and Jamie in Victoria and Christiana in Rockville, Doug in Vermont, Gary in Mass, Renata in Wisconsin, Deli in Maryland, Nancy's Irish Cow in Washington. Hello to Jim. Nice to see you. I think it's Jim or JM Cal. Nice to see you. And hello to Kathleen in Albuquerque, Storm in Massachusetts, Kevin in New Hampshire, Jane in Maryland. Hello to Al, nice to have you and your guitar with us again today. Hello to Anne in Maryland, Hindi in Toronto, so glad you're here today. Hello to Kate in Charlottesville, and Luda without Mark, and Michelle and Steve, or at least the Michelle half. Hello to Randy and Karen in Oregon. Hello Trish and Jane in Pennsylvania, I believe, yes, maybe, yeah, okay. Hello Bob in Massachusetts, Jim in New York. Hello Fran in Colorado with Dale maybe in the background. Hello Julie and Tom in Victoria. Hello, Katie Abadu's mom. Oh yeah, okay, Pat. Hi, Pat, nice to see you. Hello to Fred in Maryland and Anne making sandwiches in New York and Barb in Virginia and Karen in Arizona. Hello, I think we haven't been here in a couple days and I missed you. Hello to Lisa in Indiana in her car, not driving. Very good, thank you. Hello to Sheila in Florida. And who else is here today? Let's see, folks off camera. Hello to Isabel and Joni and Deborah and Jenny and Jay and Jazz Beer and Leslie and Harriet and Amos and Miriam and David and Cricket and Sarah, and there are still other folks coming in the room, and I'm so excited that you're all here to sing with us today. We have 65 some odd folks in the room with us today getting ready to sing. So glad you're here. Let's all give ourselves a round of applause while I take a deep breath. Woo! I am so happy to see you. So as I mentioned, April 5th is going to be our 365th day of singing together. Please join us that day for lots of surprises and fun. And April 6th will be the first day of year 2. There will be a brand new link. So please keep your eyes peeled in the email, on the Facebook page, in the Facebook group, and in the chat here for a new link, which I believe we will start posting tomorrow. And we want to make sure we don't miss anybody on the first year of day 2. So keep your eyes open and make sure you don't lose us because we don't want to lose you. So thank you to the fabulous and amazing Happy Traum, who is coming in from Woodstock, New York, who was in the room with us once before, who dates back, Happy, now you sound like a little thing on an archive shelf. Happy dates back to the Woodstock era. And Happy was actually a big figure in the what is it, the New York scene and the folk scene as the folk revival was coming up. So Happy, we're super excited to sing with you and especially excited to chat with you after you sing. Can you tell us a little bit about your song for today, and can you teach us the chorus so we can sing along?
Of course. This is a song that I learned some years ago from a very dear friend who I think probably is well known to this group, Marcy Marxer. Everybody know Marcy? Of course. She's a great friend of mine, and she asked me to get on stage at a guitar camp that we were doing together, and she asked me to accompany her on this song, and I liked it so much I stole it. And if you can't steal from your friends, then who can you steal from, right? I only steal from the very best, and Marcy is certainly one of the very best. But I've kind of turned it around, made it my own. It's a song originally came from the Georgia Sea Islands and the singing of Bessie Jones, who I had the pleasure of meeting back in the early 60s. A fabulous singer from those islands off the coast of the Carolinas. And it's a happy kind of it's an optimistic song. So I like it these days because everybody has to have some optimism these days. And the chorus just says, things are coming my way. One line, that's all it is. And it goes, things are coming my way. So you can sing that with me. Things are coming my way. Things are coming my way. So I sent over some lyrics, which you might want to take a look at. I can't swear that I don't have them in front of me. I can't swear I'll sing them in the same order as I sent them to Joe, but we'll see what happens. So then I put a little rhythm behind it. And the song kind of goes, I got the left hind leg of a rabbit. And then you guys sing, things are coming my way. And then I'll sing another line. All I got to do is reach up and grab it. Things are coming my way. Then there's a little sort of in-between part. Oh, me, I feel so fine. If it rains, I don't pay no mind. I got a pie in the oven, fruit on the vine. And then we come back to things are coming my way. And sing it again. Things are coming my way. That's the whole thing. So let's see if I can put it together into one piece here. I got the left hind leg of a rabbit. Things are coming my way. All I got to do, reach up and grab it. Things are coming my way. Oh, me, oh my. I feel happy all the time. Ain't got nothing to worry my mind. Things are coming my way. Sing it. Things are coming my way. Got the left hind leg of a rabbit. Things are coming my way. All I got to do, reach up and grab it. Things are coming my way. Oh, me, how good I feel. I'm in possession of an automobile. I can eat chicken and I don't have to steal. Things are coming my way. Come on now. Things are coming my way. I'll play it for you one time. Clothes are tailor-made, my shoes are patent leather. Things are coming my way. All I got to do, stitch myself together. Things are coming my way. Oh, me, I feel so fine. If it rains, I don't pay no mind. I got a pie in the oven, fruit on the vine. Things are coming my way. Come on now, things are coming my way. And I got the left hind leg of a rabbit. Things are coming my way. All I got to do, reach up and grab it. Things are coming my way. Oh, me, oh my, I feel so happy all the time. Ain't got nothing to worry my mind. Things are coming my way. Come on, sing it with me. Things are coming my way. Do it again. Things are coming my way. One more. Things are coming my way. Yeah.
Happy. That was filled with such amazing energy and such a positive, uplifting think. It was so good to think about. Things are coming our way, right? There is
Right,
better,
absolutely.
there's better happening right now. And, of course, we got to keep our eye on the things that aren't getting better for everybody and keep that going in all the ways that we can. But it's good sometimes to just take a moment to remember and to reflect on the things that have improved. 2020 was a weird, sad, strange, wonky, all kinds of, we don't even want to go there year. And it's 2021 and we're starting a new year in the Daily Antidote, and let's keep that positive momentum going here in this room and out there in the world. So Thank you, Happy. That is from your most recent CD, I believe. Is that correct?
That's right. I put that on there, and with the blessing of Marcy, um, and it's mostly a collection of folk songs. I have a song by Pete Seeger, a song by um, Woody Guthrie, but also some more contemporary songs as well, some blues songs. I was lucky enough to have known and studied with Brownie McGee. If any of you remember Brownie McGee and Sonny Terry, he was my teacher and friend. So I have a Brownie McGee song on there and Bob Dylan song. So it's a mix, and I had some fabulous musicians backing me up too. So it was quite a good experience.
That's really cool.
And
And the
it's called,
name?
I'll tell you what it's called. Uh, it's called Just for the Love of It. And these days, us musicians put out CDs just for the love of it, pretty
That's
much. Uh,
that's that's awesome. So we've got your link in the chat so that folks can find your CD. And before we start to chat a little bit more, can we chat for a minute about sort of where you came from on the folk scene, and specifically, I was giving some thought to, and we have some screen shares of the sort of broadside phase of the folk revival. Can we chat a little bit about the first broadside release, the first broadside CD, which I know you're on, and I know that Bob Dylan is on under a pseudonym, and lots of other folks from the scene, including the Freedom Singers, Bernice Johnson Regan, who's been in this room with us. And yes, by the way, Marcy Marxer has also been in this room with us. So can you tell us a little bit about that? And Aaron, can you put up the image that shows that initial, the magazines and some of the release?
sure. So this was the first time I was ever in a recording store. So this is the best of Barote. There it is. Um, this was an album that came out to benefit a magazine, very sort of crudely, inexpensively put together magazine by a couple named Sis Cunningham and Gordon Friesen, who were both sort of leftist singers and activists who kind of came out of the Almanac Singers kind of history of the folk movement. So they started in the late 50s, early 60s, started putting out these magazines that were publishing songs of the up and coming topical folk singers like Phil Oakes, Bob Dylan, Tom Paxton, Peter Lafarge, Buffy St. Marie, all these then young people who were activists and writing songs about the current events of the day. So it was kind of their home, their apartment was kind of a gathering place for a lot of musicians and songwriters. The first time I was ever in a recording studio, a professional recording studio, I had just joined this group called the New World Singers. They had been a trio for about a year before I joined them. And after I joined them, then we were a quartet. And one of the first things we did was go in the studio and we recorded the first version ever of Blowing in the Wind, which Bob Dylan had taught to Gil Turner, who was the kind of the de facto leader of our group, the New World Singers. And we had been singing it around New York at Gertie's Folk City and the Gaslight and places like that in the city. And walking into the studio that day, which was in, I think, January of 1963, was quite an experience because there was Pete Seeger, who was the whole reason I ever started playing folk music in the first place, my main hero. Bob Dylan, who I had known from around the village, and he wasn't nearly as popular as he would become, but he was still a pretty big deal. Phil Oakes was there. The first time I ever met Phil was in that room. Bernice and the Freedom Singers, which was a fantastic experience to be with them in this was all a small studio. Mark Spolstra, who was a very, very good 12-string guitar player and songwriter of that time. Peter Lafarge, who represented American Indian music and he later wrote the Ballad of Ira Hayes. Some of you might have known that. Johnny Cash had a big recording of that one. So it was quite an experience for the first time ever to be in a recording studio. And the New World Singers, besides Blowing in the Wind, we did a Woody Guthrie song, and we did another song called I Can See a New Day, another optimistic song, even in 1963 when there was threat of atomic warfare and all kinds of stuff going on. I Can See a New Day was definitely a song of hope. So that experience, and Folkways put it out, which was also a big deal for me because Folkways was the great folk music purveyor on vinyl records in those days. And then later, as was mentioned, you saw the in 2000, the Smithsonian, who took over Folkways, put out a best of, because there were several more records, Broadsides records later on to come. So they put out a compilation as a box set, the best of Broadsides. And it says Anthems of the American Underground. And we were represented on that as well. So it was quite a good experience. And the other big magazine in those days was Sing Out magazine, which many people will remember. And I started writing for Sing Out not too long after this and became the editor of Sing Out for about 3 or 4 years, about 5 years later. So I have a long history with that world.
Thank you, Happy. That's amazing. So I don't know how many folks in this room own the Smithsonian's release. It came out in 2000, the Best of Broadsides. There's 89 fabulous, amazing songs on it, an incredible journey through history, and I highly recommend it. And there's links that are going into the chat for both the original release and the 2000 release. Yeah, so Happy, you've just given me an idea about maybe having a tribute to Sing Out magazine week sometime here in the Daily. I know that it was formative for a lot of folks before my generation and also in my generation. And certainly as I was studying ethnomusicology and going through archives and learning things, both the Broadsides and the Sing Out magazine had an enormous impact on me. Are there folks in the room who know of them, who read them, looked at them? Do we have a folky crowd in the room? Let me see any hands. Okay, I see some. Yeah, good. Okay, very good. Thank you. So Happy, let's see. One of the things we chatted about before we came into the room was the fact that you actually have 2 really cool events coming up. Can you start with telling us what's going on Sunday?
Yeah, sure. Sunday at 7 o'clock Eastern, there's going to be a Greenwich Village Folk Festival online, of which I'm a part. And also, I'm very proud to say my son is also doing some songs on there. My son, Adam Traum, has developed into being a really good songwriter and guitarist. And he lives on the West Coast and I live on the East Coast, so we don't get a chance to play together much. But when we do, it's really great fun. And it's a lineup of some really, really top talent. And look up Greenwich Village Folk Festival online, and it's I think it's 7 o'clock Eastern, and it's going to be quite a wonderful concert. And I'm going to be closing the show, but with 3 or 4 songs. So it should be a really nice evening of music, and it'll be streamed. I think it's streamed on Facebook as well as on their website, so you can check that out.
We've got the Facebook link in the chat, so people can
Rod McDonald is a wonderful singer-songwriter. I don't know if Rod's been on this show, but he's the organizer of this Greenwich Village Folk Festival.
Well, that's awesome. Happy, maybe you can introduce us to him at some point in year 2. Yeah, that'd be really fun. So the other incredible event you were telling us about in May, can you chat about that a little?
So every year, except for this past 2020, which of course nothing happened, for about a dozen years, we've been doing this Bob Dylan birthday concert at the Bearsville Theater. And the Bearsville Theater in Woodstock, if you don't know Woodstock, it's one of the jewels in the crown of our community. It's a beautiful, kind of a barn-like theater here in town. And we have a plethora of really great folk and rock and jazz musicians here in this little town, way more than we deserve to have, I think. So every year we've been doing this Bob Dylan tribute concert, and every year we've raised a lot of money for a local organization called Family of Woodstock. And Family is a service organization that helps people with addiction, people with suicide issues, people with poverty issues, homelessness, and they're a really very important part of our community. And an offshoot of Family of Woodstock is something called the John Harold Fund. And I don't know how many people here would remember John Harold. John was in a group called the Greenbrier Boys for many years and was just a spectacular singer and guitar player. And he started out in Washington Square in the 50s and moved to Woodstock later on. And he's a very dear friend of mine. He passed away about 15 years ago. So the John Harold Fund, which is part of Family of Woodstock, benefits musicians that are in need of help specifically. So musicians who are in need of housing or funds, whatever, get helped by this fund. So that's what our show is about. And it will be broadcast on the internet. So if you go to Bearsville Theater, I think you'll see at some point, there's not a lineup yet. We're just putting the show together, but there are going to be some amazing musicians taking part in that. And that'll be on May 30th, just so you know. And I would strongly advise you to check that out.
Thank you. Happy. That's so great to know. So I don't know how many folks in this room actually know we kind of had our beginnings in a similar, the Daily Antidote had our beginnings in a similar sort of vein, i.e. The pandemic hit and artists were out of work, and we were trying to come up with a way to be able to have artists both having a little bit of income, but also having a place to go to do the thing that they do, right? I mean, it must have been at first very shocking for artists who are used to being in front of large crowds as a regular way of being, and certainly not used to being in their homes for many, many, many months in a row. So in addition to trying to sort of ease mental health issues of isolation, we were also trying to support artists. So we kind of evolved from the same thing. And it wasn't until after George Floyd's murder, or at George Floyd's murder, where we really started to shift our lens in here to other issues of social justice and racial justice. And so it's so great to hear of other orgs who are working on some of these same things. So you in your life have been an activist, and you and your organization being involved in supporting performing artists. I think it's completely beautiful. And I'm really glad to hear about the May event. How many extra bedrooms do you have? Do you have 79? Because I think there's probably about 79 folks in the room.
Sure, everybody can come to my house. That's
Woohoo. So thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And so all the links for everything we've talked about are in the chat. And happy, we usually close out with a couple of choruses, but I will say that that song was so much fun to sing. If you're willing to also give us a couple of verses, I don't think there'd be any complaints.
same song? Okay. I got the left hind leg of a rabbit. Things are coming my way. All I got to do, reach up and grab it. Things are coming my way. Oh, me, oh my. I'm so happy all the time. Ain't got nothing to worry my mind. Things are coming my way, yeah. Things are coming my way. I'll do one more verse. My clothes are tailor-made, my shoes patent leather. Things are coming my way. All I got to do is stitch myself together. Things are coming my way. Oh, me, I feel so fine. If it rains, I don't pay no mind. Got a pie in the oven, fruit on the vine. Things are coming my way. Sing it again. Things are coming my way. I don't hear you. Things are coming my way. Come on now. Things are coming my way. Do it again. Things are coming my way. One more time. Things are coming my way.
Woo! Happy, thank you so much for all that amazing energy. And I just heard when you did it that time, the how we stitched ourselves together. So welcome everybody to a place where we've come all year to stitch ourselves together. And we already said this on the earlier side, things are coming our way. We got to keep up all that hard work and
Yes.
keep making it happen. Happy, thank you so much. Can we all give Happy a huge thank you? And actually, can we all give Happy the thank you that we learned yesterday from Kevin Locke? That's in the Lakota language, or I think actually in the Native American Sign Language. That is thank you. So thank you so much for being with us today. I am going to say goodbye to everybody out there on Facebook Live. Goodbye, everybody out there on Facebook Live. Thanks for being here.